Take two. Take two going on. Let's see what we just started take two on this. So hopefully this time we're live. Not like last time. Last time we did not work out. So hopefully this time we're good. We're golden. We're gonna go with it. And it shows that I'm live over here, so let's go. Anyways, man, it's been a crazy week. Monday, I tested my student out for the third time. His first test, he got a little bit of nerves in him. He messed up his forward offset, and after that, he just forgot what he was doing. So it went really bad. And nerves happen. It gets you sometimes. I've seen lots of people get nervous and just do some weird stuff. But it's all good. It happens. I mean, it is what it is. You can't change it. It happened. This one will be longer than 7 minutes. I hope so, man. Like I started it Greenwich, and then like I was talking, and I was all like, my computer was saying, "Nope, you're not live," and I'm all like, "Ah, Jesus." But anyways, you know, he failed his test that first time, came back and took it again on Saturday, and unfortunately he failed it again. So this time he messed up on the straight line back. So he took all of his points pretty much in straight line back. Again, it was nerves. So I talked to him, and we talked about like how not to be nervous, and I was all like, "Look, man, you're kind of real timid. You're kind of like fearful. Like let's try to get you motivated." So I played the intro to I played what's it called? Lamb of God. Lamb of God Omerta. So I played the song Lamb of God Omerta, and like I was all like, "Look, this is how you got to come in there. You got to come in here like strong. Like you have to come in here strong, not scared of nothing, like fearless. And if you do that, then you're gonna be great, man. Like you're gonna knock it out the park." I'd be like I was like, "Come in here strong," and he kind of. So, anyways, let's fast forward to Monday whenever I tested him out because I never had a student do this. So Monday came around. I talk about him being soldier, like he had long hair. I was all like, "Man, you gotta be real strong. You gotta be like unstoppable, man. We're going to war now." And Monday comes around. Monday comes around, and I really didn't even notice the dude because he had like long hair. Next thing I know, he had a shaved head. Like he cut all his hair off. I was like, "Whoa." I said, "Let's go." Like I didn't even know you. What happened? He was all like, "Well, I didn't really like the hair anyways." And I was like, "That's cool, man. Like that's cool." He's all like, "My wife likes the long hair." And I was like, "Oh, you're in trouble when you get home." But hey, that cut in that hair really gave him the confidence he needed, I guess. And he came in, and he took 0 points on his back, and he took a couple on his drive. But at the end of the day, he got that CDL. So uh Daddy Dust has got a new student coming your way. Recognize me from the struggle bus video. Hey, welcome in, man. Peg leg, what's happening, Peg leg? USA, hi sir. How's it going, USA? Trailblazer. What's up, Trailblazer? Haven't seen you in a while. You still training, bro? Last time I seen you, you were training, so you still training students. But it was kind of cool. So, anyways, we move. Let's move forward to Wednesday. What happened on Wednesday? Wednesday, I tested my other guy out, Jay. Man, Jay went out there. He took one test. He was flexing. I told him before his test, though. I said, "Hey, look, you saw what happened with the other guy, man." I said, "Hey, if you don't pass this test today, we're shaving your head, man. If it worked for him, it's gonna work for you." And he's like, "No, no, 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 I didn't agree to that. I didn't agree to that." And I was like, "Come on, dude, we just shave your head." So, but Jay went out there, and Jay's a cool dude. He's laid back. He's real quiet. He's laid back. He just went out there, took that test, trifecta. He was happy. You know, even though he's a quiet dude, I could still tell he was happy. So he's on his way to TNT. And I got another test tomorrow morning. So, like, that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday a test. You know, it's crazy. Jordan, what's going on, Jordan? I haven't seen you around either, Jordan, in a while. I haven't heard from you in a while. But yeah, man, I'm just doing my things out there, you know. It's kind of it's kind of been like rough here lately. It's getting hotter out there. Got to drink more water out there. It's like I'm not digging the sun, like I really ain't. I saw me and Greenwich, we kicked it outside the other day. We were he was at the terminal. We got to kick it outside, talk for a while. You know, it was kind of cloudy and there was a nice breeze. Like that was the nicest day I think I've seen all week. It was a real nice week. But yeah, you know, it was great seeing you, Greenwich. It really was, man. I miss seeing you around. I tried to talk him back into training, and he said not yet. But still on the fence. So my Freightliner, you know, my Freightliner, I got about till the probably I think the lease is up at the end of the year, or it might be up at the beginning of next year on my truck. So I was looking at trying to trade my truck for somebody that's retiring. One of my great friends, really great guys. He's usually in the comments sometimes. He comes in here in the comments. Really good guy. He's retiring, so I was like, man, I'm I'm gonna try. You know, and if it works, it works. But I'm like, I want to try to switch over to his truck, so I'll jump in his truck. It's a Kenworth too, so I was like, man, I've always honestly have always have wanted a Kenworth. So I think it would be cool if I jumped into his truck. If not, then you know I may be grabbing me one of the. I might be ordering a truck. So then I got a big decision. Do I go Peterbilt or Freightliner? Because that's the two options I would go with. I've only been in Freightliners. And I did ask him. I was all like, "Hey, now that you've been in the Kenworth, you've been in the Kenworth, like you like it." He was all like, "Yeah, there's some stuff I like about it, some stuff I don't like about it, you know." And I said, "Hey, if you had to do it over again, like if you were gonna order another truck, say you were staying, you were gonna order another truck, which one would it be?" He was all like, I would order a Peterbilt because I haven't had that one yet." And I was like, "Really, dude?" Like he's had the International, he's had the Freightliner, he's had the Kenworth. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll try the Peterbilt out." And I was like, "Man, no, no." I said, "Okay, take the Peterbilt out of the question. Like, if you had to do it over again, would you order the Kenworth, the International, or the Freightliner?" And he broke it down to me like, "Hey, it's like a comfortable pair of shoes that you've been wearing. Your feet are molded to them. You know everything about that shoe." So I'd probably go with a Freightliner because I had mostly Freightliners and I know it like the back of my hand. And I was like, "Yeah, that makes sense." So probably I'll be ordering a Freightliner. Then I gotta pick the color. You know me, I overthink everything. It's like, what color do I want? Like, what color do y'all think? Like red, black, or like the neon green. That's what I'm thinking. Let's do a poll. We haven't done a poll in a long time. Let's see. Poll. Truck color. UCK. Let's do a truck color. Black. See, and I just don't even know about the black. Black. Let's do red. And let's do green. Anybody else need a color in this little? You know me, I had all those forest green trucks too. I had a lot of forest green trucks. I do not want forest green. I do not want forest green. So I don't know anyone. Uh, Just not white again? Okay, Greenwich is not a fan. The white truck grew on me, though, actually. Let's start this pull up. Let's see what y'all say. Backwoods, man. What's going on, Backwoods? Pegleg says, lost a leg, dude. Lost a leg, dude. Jordan said, just out here running these students, brother. I tried to stay out of the terminal unless dropping off or picking up a student. Nah, shoot. I understand that. Sometimes it's hard to get out the terminal, so like I understand you. I see you. Yeah, man, whenever I was OTR, I wasn't trying to come in the terminal either. I know a lot of times they tell us they're all like, "Hey, we want you to come into the terminal if you're coming through so we can do an inspection on that trailer." But it was like, man, every time I was going into the terminal, they were taking my trailer or like I had to stop because my trailer needed some repairs and then continue on. I kind of avoided it too myself. I did. Dollar Tree Lawn Chair, good evening. Weren't you telling me you were going to Dollar General? Um, Dollar Tree? I might be wrong. I might be thinking of someone else, but good evening. Welcome in. What are these little crowns next to y'all's name right there? Like Pegleg has a #1 crown and Greenwich has a #2 crown. What is that? It says, oh, so there's a top fans ranking right now. Let's go Pegleg. Pegleg is #1 top fan with a 50 XP. Greenwich is tied with him actually, #2 with 50 XP, and $2 is #3. I never seen that before. I thought that was weird. Like that caught me off guard. Y'all got these little crowns next to y'all's name. Trailblazer says, running, bro. Took a break from training. Congratulations on Trainer of the Year. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I never try for that. I never try for that award. It just I don't know, it just happens. So like I'm always shocked. Backwood says King 1 and 2. Yeah, look, Dollar Tree lawn chair. Says wasn't me. I don't drive anymore. Okay, it was somebody else then. So my bad. So yeah, those crowns were wild. I was not expecting to see those. I had to click on one to see what it said. Man, we got so black is only 43%. Let's see. Let's see what this poll says. Oh, black and neon green are kind of tied right now. 43%, 43%. And red is 14%. Oh, man. Red's my favorite color. You car yellow for your next truck. Oh, you want me to get a yellow one? I don't know. See, I was thinking about what I wanted to do, but I was told that I probably couldn't do it. Is I was wanting to get a black truck, and I wanted to get the wrap on it. I wanted the wrap on it to make the truck look just like Gravedigger, and then I wanted to wrap the frame like the Gravedigger trucks. They got that neon green frame underneath them and stuff. I wanted to kind of do that, but I was told that stars and the stars and stripes or stripes and stuff, whatever it is. What is it? Stripes and stuff. It's not stars and stripes. Whatever it is. But I was told that they do not do any skulls or anything like that. So like the Gravedigger has skulls on it and stuff. So I was like, man, but I thought it would be fun and I thought it would be cool. Like I would order a whole bunch of little mini Gravedigger trucks, put it in the truck Pride and Polish thing. I'd put it in that and like have a box of toy trucks for like toy monster trucks for all the kids coming by. Like, here y'all go. Stripes and stuff. Okay. Okay, so it's stripes and stuff. I have no idea how much that would cost though. But yeah, I would like if I'm ordering a truck though, I'm gonna have to put something on it. Like I'll have to. It's just something I gotta do. Backwood says they do skulls. Saw one with a big skull on the back of it. See, I was told that they weren't. See, I need to go over there and talk to them because man, if they're if I go over there and I'm all like, hey, I want to wrap my truck like Gravedigger, like I want to be like exactly like Gravedigger, like, phew, I need to go over there and ask them, like, y'all gonna trip about the skulls? I also gotta find out because so like I don't want the door to be basic. Could you imagine the door of your truck basic? But somebody was telling me that they can't mess with the doors. But I seen a truck the other day that had the sticker across the door and then the Prime Ink logo was still there. So I want to go ask them, hey, like, are y'all gonna? Is it gonna be like the door blank if I do that? Because that wouldn't be cool. But I think it would be awesome. Like I like monster trucks and not like I know a lot of kids would like monster trucks. They would be like, "That's cool driving down the road," you know. I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah, or they did. Yeah. See, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that they're real picky with what they put up. I mean, seeing I've seen a lot of cool trucks though. Like they do amazing jobs with those decals and those stickers and stuff. There are some really awesome like trucks with stickers on them out there. Oh, Greenwich, Greenwich. You know what? The other day, you were right. Whenever you were all like, "Is that so and so?" and I was like, "No, I don't think it is." You were 100% right. That was so and so. By the way, I have to tell you about that. That was kind of funny. But you were 100% right on that. I was 100% wrong. Just so you know. Oh man, gotta. So tomorrow I gotta. Man, I'm telling you, like I turned 40 and I got all kinds of things going wrong with me. Like I gotta go to another doctor's. I got like a doctor's appointment on Friday. I got two more on Sunday. I'm over here just falling apart. Uh-oh. Let's see. Black just Oh, look, somebody else came in here and voted red because now red and black's tied. We're knocking out neon green now. Uh-oh. I like the polls. They're fun. That's why every once in a while y'all will see on the communities tab like there will be a poll there or something like that. And that's just because I like to see what people think. I think the one I put out today was oh the one I put out today was like is was it worth it to get a manual restricted ID or CDL Class A, or was it like not good to get one? So I did a little poll on that to see what people would say. I I know like most of the mega carriers were all like automatic trucks and they are trying to phase out the manual trucks anyways. But still some places still have manual trucks like these older companies and these mom and pop places they have the manual trucks still. So you would need the manual you would need that restriction off of your CDL. It used to be real easy to take it off, and it depends on the state that you're in if you how easy it is to take it off, you know. So yeah, I don't have a manual restriction. Whenever I came in, it was like it was pretty much like get in the seat. You're about to learn how to drive a manual. Let's go. Let's learn how to shift these gears and we did it. Like it was, and whenever I first started training, when I first started training, I was teaching people how to drive manual. The thing that would always get me is somebody would shift gears. They would be like, and I'd be like, the truck ain't in gear, man. Truck ain't in gear. And they'd be like, yes, it is. I'm all like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. And I reach over there from the passenger seat and I'd be like, hey, rev it up a little bit. Blam. And I was like, now it's in gear. Or like I would reach over there and see, why can't you move it around if it's in gear? So, it. I'll tell you what though, like back then when we were training with the manuals, like the students they came in and they were a lot more. No offense to anyone that came in after the manuals, but when you came in and you were coming to a trucking company that you had to drive a manual, you had to test in a manual, you were a different breed. Like you came in strong, you came in wanting to like, hey, let's do this. Like I want to do this. When we went to the automatics, there was like kind of a in between period where people were still in manuals and still in some people were in automatics. So if I had a student that first day I met him, we were talking and stuff, and he didn't ask me what kind of truck I had. He just was all like, "Yeah, man, I'm excited about this. I want to learn." Then like it was gonna be a great student. But if I got a student that first 5 seconds he meets me, he's all like, "Hey, question." I'm like, "What's the question? Do you got automatic truck?" And I'm all like, "Oh gosh." And I already knew it was gonna be a bad student. It was just something about it. Like there was a lot of people that would not come out here to trucking if they had to do it in a manual. I don't trade it for nothing. I like the experience that I had in the manual. Like I there was really good things about the manual. There was a few things that weren't so great. Like all that extra work for being in traffic, it wasn't good. Trucker Steve's in the house. What's up, Trucker Steve? Uh I'm almost 75 and I'm still going strong. Start exercising, walking, uh leave the leave of hot dogs. And I could never eat those truck stop hot dogs, man. Those truck stop hot dogs, they would make me sick. Probably because they've been out there a long time. Like I saw my student today. My student today, we went on a load and he went in the truck stop and he came out with those. We were in Kansas City. We were in Kansas City, Kansas, at that QA. Um, that not QA, QT, up from the T is real close to the TA. It's off of it's like off of the 70. But anyways, we went to that QT over there and he got two hot dogs and I was all like, "Oh man, he's not going to be at work tomorrow." Which is okay, he's going to make us if it makes him sick. It makes them sick. I wasn't even gonna tell them. I've argued with so many people about don't eat the truck stop hot dogs. Eat everything else. Don't eat the truck stop hot dogs. People don't listen. They eat them anyways. They're all like, "Man, I got a good stomach. I can eat anything," and then they end up sick. But hey, if you want to eat the truck stop hot dogs, go ahead. Like I'm cool with it. The worst I ever seen was I had a student bring it in the truck or bring it out to the truck and he went to climb in and he was trying to hold two hot dogs and climb in, which I told him, I was like, "Dude, put it in the seat, man. Put it in the seat, then climb up, put it on the dash, and then climb the rest of the way in." He wanted to climb in holding them both. Bloom. He dropped them both. So I'm all like, he's just going to throw them away. He's going to throw them away, go get himself something else or something. This dude picks them up off of the truck stop ground, puts it in the little paper container, picks up the hot dog, puts it in the bun, and this dude still ate it off the truck stop ground from the field bay. I was like, I was disgusted. I was really disgusted. And if he's here watching this, like that made me so disgusted. I even told him, I was like, "Dude, all the nasty stuff in these truck stop gas stations that's touched the ground." He's all like, "I'll be fine." I was like, "What? What?" I was like, man, that dude didn't get sick either. He didn't get sick, but like, I was like, that is horrible. Like, that is craziness. Like, it's almost as bad as my one student I had that was walking in the truck stop barefooted. And we were parked like real close to the store, and he decided to urinate under my APU, and it blew all in my truck. You could smell it. I woke up, and we were gonna stay there for like 16 hours or something like that. So I was like, hey, we're gonna be here for a while, man. We'll get some extra sleep and we'll take off. We can go in there anytime. I kind of want to be there at this time. And after I smelled that urine coming in, it hit me right in the face. That smell of it, I was like, get up. We're leaving, man. We're leaving. Because I was like, did you really do that, man? We were parked. We were parked on this truck stop had a fuel bay, and then next to it was two. There was like 5 spots next to it because they didn't have a weight scale. So like there was one truck and then us. So it was like 3 or 4 fuel bays. The store, it was the store, 3 or 4 fuel bays, and then one truck, and then us. And like he jumped down off top bunk, and yeah. So it smelled horrible. I was like, nah, we gotta go. We gotta go. Like I cannot. I can't sleep no more. I was like, I just feel disgusting. Like let's go. And I was all like, I don't know, man. I guess some guys. I'm telling y'all some war stories tonight, huh? Uh, Greenwich says first 2 trucks with Prime were 9 speeds. Yeah, my first one was only the manual truck. Trucker Steve, CDL instructor, says love teaching the manual. Yeah, it was fun teaching the manual, and in my opinion, it was better teaching somebody how to back in the manual. Because with the automatic, man, they want to touch the brake, hit the brake, hit the brake, hit the brake. I'm always yelling at my guys. I'm like, get off the brake, bro. Get off the brake. You can't learn nothing on the brake. So like I'm always like, you got to build a eye-hand coordination, and on the brake you can't see it moving. It's geometry in motion. Like I'm all like, stay off the brake pedal, guys. Like so with the manual though, like you weren't hitting the brake pedal because it was gonna die. Like you had to just keep on going. Like so, I feel like it was easier to teach people how to back on the manual. Teaching them how to drive on the manual for a lot of them was harder. And I used to keep them from stalling it out. I used to take the truck and I would take it to like our industrial area, and I'd put it in like eighth gear or something like that, and I'd be like, take off in eighth, take off, man. Let's see you be real soft with that clutch. Come off of it real soft, because my thing is, if they ever forgot to hit the splitter, they were easy enough on it that could still take off in that gear. And I know it's probably not good for it. I know it wasn't good for the truck to do it like that, but it was an empty trailer, so I just wanted to kind of have them in that mindset of like, hey, I got to be easy with it because I don't want to kill the truck. And I got them where they were taking off in that gear. Like we were taking off in that gear. It was kind of it worked. It helped a lot out, really. Pegleg says, have docs check testosterone level. No, they haven't yet. Pegleg. Greenwich says, my left knee loves the automatic. Trailblazer says, savage. Oh, you're talking about the guy dropping the hot dog in the fuel bay, picking it up and eating it? Yeah, yeah, that was crazy. Peg Leg says, people piss in the islands. Yeah, I know, Peg Leg. Peg Leg, I know a guy that like every time, like that is where he does it too, like in the island. Like so whenever I got fuel, like whenever I'm getting fuel, especially at night when the truck stops are busy, Like I'm gonna pull up to that. I'm gonna pull up to the fuel island. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna set the brakes. You know, put in neutral, turn the truck off, and I'm gonna go inside the store. I'm gonna go inside the store, use the restroom. Then I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna fill up my truck. I'm gonna fill it up. I'm gonna clean the windows. I'm gonna pull up, fill up my reefer, and then I'm gonna pull all the way up to that yellow line. That way, if anyone comes, they can go into the fuel bay, whatever. And I'm gonna go all the way inside the truck stop and buy whatever I want for lunch. Come out, eat it at that yellow line. Like I'm not tripping. I'm gonna sit there and eat too. Like because by then your 30-minute break's almost over with anyways. So I'm not gonna play around and like set a table and like slowly eat. No, I'm gonna be eating because I know that my break's almost over. It takes some time to fill up the truck. Plus you went in there, used the restroom, and then you went in there to get food and stuff. Like that right there is eating up a lot of that time. And I try to find truck stops that weren't busy too if I was gonna do something like that. Like I'm not pulling into like a Love's and trying that out that has cheap fuel that has like two people in line waiting to get up to the pump because they need cheap fuel. Like no, I'm gonna go to like a truck stop that's not busy at all that I'm not gonna be in the way of, and I'm gonna park at the furthest away pump. I'm gonna park at the one of the very last ones. That way, nobody will come behind me. You know how it is. Like a lot of guys don't like walking far, so that puts me even more out of the way. Purple Pack says I'm a loner looking to get my CDL soon. Is prime consistent work as a rookie. You know, that's the thing with trucking. What is your definition of consistent work? Because trucking is going to be up and down, period. Like straight up. Like we have lows and we have highs. So it just depends what time of the year you come. It depends what year it is. It depends like what's going on around the country. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. As for consistent work, as a rookie, yeah, they're gonna work you. They're gonna work you. Like you're here to make money. Your fleet manager's here to you're here to make money. Your fleet manager's here to make money. I'm sure the upper management they're here to make money, and it all covers each other. Like your fleet manager, I don't know how much of his pay. Truthfully, that's the biggest secret at Prime. I'll tell you that. Biggest secret at Prime. Somebody can prove me wrong, but can somebody break down what a fleet manager makes and how much he makes? Because I've asked several fleet managers and they're all like, I make pretty good money. We do all right. We get paid by bonuses. Like, I've never got a straight answer of like, hey, I make 200K a year. I make 250K a year. I make 500K, whatever they make a year. Like I don't get. I've even went as far and I was all like, hey, look, my best year at Prime, I made 240K. That's before taxes and everything. After taxes eats up a lot of that. So we'll just say that year I paid 60K in taxes, but I've even been like, hey, look, my best year I made this. Am I taking a pay cut if I thought about being a fleet manager, or is it still a raise? And I couldn't get an answer. And I said, well, on an average year, I make this much. So is it a raise or is it a pay cut? And I still couldn't get an answer. So that's the biggest question right there. I know that I gathered enough information to know that fleet managers get paid off of like percentages of stuff, like percentages of like how long your guys been driving, like longevity of your drivers, like how many drivers do you have, how many drivers do you actually keep for long periods, or how much percentage of the loads like make, or whatever the case may be. It's a bunch of percentages and stuff that adds up. So it's kind of like incentivized, like they're getting paid for different stuff going on. Like if your trucks, if your drivers, if you're a fleet manager and all your drivers are not making money, you're not making money either. So I think that it kind of inspires them to work more for it. And I don't even, this is just stuff that I've picked up and I've talked to people about, and this like the closest explanation I could get is that it's kind of like that. So uh Mike Davenport says, "What's up, brother?" Mike Davenport says, "A fleet manager at Prime Inc. in the United States can expect to make an average of 58,381 per year. This salary is approximately 14% below the national average for this role." So, where'd you get that from, Mike? Did you just Google it and like see? I don't know. I really doubt that number. Me personally, I doubt that number's right. I doubt it because they got a lot of responsibility. A fleet manager has a ton of responsibility. Like he has a lot of weight on his shoulder, his or her shoulders. They have a lot of weight on their shoulders, and they they work 24/7. Like my fleet manager, he's all like, "Man, if you need me while I'm like on vacation, call me." I was like, "I'm not gonna call you while you're on vacation." You got it from Indeed? Oh wow, I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have to look at that. But see, and that also might be starting out too, because starting out they start out as the weekend dispatch or night dispatch and all that stuff. But they have a really hard job and a lot of responsibility. They're on call 24/7. If they're on vacation, they're still on call. So I mean, like, it's a 24/7 job. So uh, Greenwich says fleet managers get fined for late Walmart loads. I heard that straight from a fleet manager. See, I heard that the fleet managers will also get service failures. Like, and then so I was like, man, dude, could you imagine being a fleet manager and your driver's late, so you get a service failure? Like, whew, I would not like. I could see why a fleet manager is not happy when you don't make a load on time, especially because you slept in. If he's getting a freaking service failure too, and this is all speculation. None of this is fact. Like I don't know, I don't know facts on anything about the fleet manager like that. I know I got a great fleet manager. He's a great guy. He's awesome. Like I'm happy. Best fleet manager. Like, see, my first fleet manager and the fleet manager I have now, both of them were wonderful, wonderful. So I had three different fleet managers. I have nothing bad to say about my first one, besides he went lease on me. So I was like, I'm not going lease with you, dude. I'm not. So I lost my first fleet manager because he went lease, and he's a freaking awesome guy, awesome guy. And then I had quite a journey with my second fleet manager. It was quite a journey. I don't know if any of y'all used to watch my channel back then. Whenever I did this one live, it's deleted, but man, I was hot on this one live, and I let it be known I was mad, and I said everything on the live, and I was like, I gotta get rid of this live. So I never deleted it, but I have it unviewable right now. So my second fleet manager wasn't the best. We were not good together. So we had to part ways. We parted ways, and I went to. I'm at the fleet manager I'm at now, which is awesome. Like my fleet manager is great. In fact, when I got instructor of the year, you come off the stage and Rob Lowe's down there. Rob Lowe's wiki, the president. There was a bunch of people down there, and they want to take a picture of you with them with the plaque and your fleet manager. They all want to take a picture. Well, whenever I was walking away, Mr. Rob Lowe's told my fleet manager, he's all like, "Man, you got you a good one here." And I turned around, and I was like, "Nah, that's not how I feel." So I was like, I gotta tell him something. Like, I gotta tell him how I feel. So I turned around and I was like, nah, he's not lucky to have me. I'm lucky to be on his fleet. If it wasn't for him, this wouldn't be possible. So I'm thankful that I have him as my fleet manager. You know, I don't talk to my fleet manager like I probably should. I should talk to him more. But we have like kind of the relationship like, I worked corrections for 13 years. You didn't talk to your boss unless somebody was bleeding out, there was a big fight, there was a big disturbance, something like that. You didn't call your fleet manager. You didn't call your supervisor for nothing because they didn't want to be bothered. You called them to your building for some petty stuff, and they're gonna come over there and they're gonna be super ticked off at you. And then they were kind of out to get you. Like, stress level was high because they were out to get you. So like dealing with that for 13 years, I pretty much don't like talking to anybody in a supervisor role. Like, I don't like it. I'm like, if I need you, I'll call you. So if there's a major emergency, I'll call you. So most of the time I don't call my fleet manager and I don't talk to him. I appreciate him. I do. I appreciate him. He is super awesome. Great guy. Great guy. Like, man, I so appreciate him. He's helped me out in so many different ways. But the only time I contact him really is whenever I actually need something. Like, I'm all like, I'm having problems with this student, or I got this problem. All the other times, if I run into an issue, I handle it. I handle it in the best way I think it should be handled. And if I handled it wrong, then they're gonna tell me about it, and I'm gonna be like, well, now I know. Now I know I messed up. You know, I try to handle all my stuff, and then if it's something that I can't handle, like say it's a student that I'm just having problems with. Like, I had one refuse to drive. He's like, I ain't driving. I'm not gonna drive because I'm not gonna do your job for you. I'm like, what? What? Okay. You don't want to drive, you're refusing to drive. I'm like, that's fine, I don't care. So I let my fleet manager know, hey, this dude's refusing to drive. So my fleet manager called him, talked to him, couldn't talk no sense into him. So I pretty much soloed like a week and a half, 2 weeks till I could get back to the terminal. I pretty much ran a solo with some dude sitting in the seat over there. And I was all like, hey, look, you don't want to drive? That's cool. You you say you need time to study in your pre-trip? Okay. Like, I knew he was getting sent home. I already knew. You refused to drive at a trucking job. You refuse to drive at a job where you're trying to become somebody that drives. Make it make sense. So I already knew he was going home. So I was like, you know what? You, I don't want to see a phone over there. No phone, no earbuds. You're going to study that pre-trip. You're going to read it all day. No phone, no earbuds, none of that stuff. And if you got a problem with that, then you can just hop off of my truck at any truck stop you want. You pick it, I'll stop there and you can get all your stuff and get off my truck. Other than that, they're going to route us back to the terminal soon as possible so you can talk to whoever you need to talk to. Like, it's whatever. So, like, I had somebody just sitting in the seat, just reading pre-trip every day till I got them back to the terminal. And then whenever I got back to the terminal, I was like, hey, man, get out there, study your pre-trip. Because he kept complaining, it's too cold to study pre-trip. It's this, it's that, it's that. It was winter time. It was December. We get back to the terminal. I'm like, get out, study your pre-trip. You can't say it's cold out there now because you're on the actual pad that you're going to test on. So I made him study his pre-trip, and I talked to like my boys and stuff. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You know, I, it was around Christmas time. What y'all doing for Christmas, man? What y'all doing for Christmas? We're all chit chatting. He's out there studying pre-trips, studying it, and then I wait a couple hours. Then I go inside and I'm all like, tell the guy that was running the training department, I was like, look, I had this problem with this student. I was all like, here's the emails. Like, here's the emails where me and my fleet manager talked about it. My fleet manager's response in the emails are here. Like, paper trail. So I give it to him. And he's like, he, he refused to drive. I was like, yeah, he did. He was all like, okay, that's all I needed to know. So he got sent home. I mean, there was more to it. Like security had to be called. Dude had a real bad temper. There was more to it, but he got sent home after he learned his pre-trip finally. But hey, you wanna play around and like not do what you're supposed to do? You can study your whole pre-trip because I know you're going home anyways. I'm gonna talk to all my friends and then I'm going to go to the house. That's what's up. Service failure depends on why it was late. Can't have multiple failures per load. You can have multiple service failures per load. Headache places are usually anything with a major city address. Yeah, you ain't lying. You know what I never understood? This is something I never understood. I did a lot of California loads with multiple stops in like LA and stuff like that. And they were scheduled like 15 miles apart, but the times were like 2 hours later. Like 15 miles, you got 2 hours to get there. There's no way I can be late. Guess what? The shipper takes forever to unload you, or the first receiver takes forever to unload you. Then you get stuck in that traffic over there, and that 2 hours that you had to make it to 15 miles, it took you another like 3 hours to get there, so you're late. Like, man, I've been late so many times in California just from like having those multiple stop loads like that. Like it. But the thing is, I never got in trouble for none of that. I never got in trouble for none of that because guess what? I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I don't think nobody got a service failure. Jordan says, by far the worst place I go is LA. I can't stand it, but I gotta go where the money is and where the money is, especially as a training truck. Bro, I love California because I can get some food, man. Like my GPS, I still got the same GPS I had whenever I started, right? No, I take that back. I take that back. I'm on my second GPS. I'm on my second GPS. I haven't plugged it in a really long time. It has not been plugged in a long, long time. So, anyways, my GPS, like if I go to California, that thing's gonna come back out. It's gonna turn on because it has some bomb places to eat in California, especially like Salinas, California. Oh man, I got me a burrito place over there. Like I'm telling you, like man, like I try not to eat in the truck stops. I try not to eat in the truck stops when I'm over the road. Usually I'll buy stuff from Walmart. I'll be able to make food in my truck, but hey, you get me out and like you get me where I can just go to like a mom and Paul restaurant, I'm going there. Like I was in California and I was at the shipper and you walked across the street 2 blocks over and it was a house. It was a house, but during the day it was a lunch. It was a Mexican food lunch restaurant and it was freaking good. And then Strawberry Berries, there's a shopping center down the road. So you can park there overnight and there's a shopping center down the road. So if you walk down the road, they got this little ice cream vendor in there and it's like some homemade Mexican ice cream and that stuff is good. I had cream cheese ice cream. Oh, So good. But they had like a lot of different stuff in there. Cream cheese ice cream though, that was, man, that's memories. But all their homemade ice cream was the bomb. So like, man, I can't complain about going to California. Actually, anytime I get where I can get out of the terminal. So say I only got one student and I'm all like, well, I'm going over the road with this guy. I go to driver lineup every time and I'm all like, hey, what do you got leaving? Like, you got anything California? And remember, I was Midwest regional for multiple years here lately. I finally got kicked off from Midwest regional. That's another story though. Like, that would be a story that if I ever left Prime, I'll tell you my story about how I'm not in Midwest regional no more. But anyways, it's nothing bad. It's just funny. It's really funny, but I can't say it. But anytime I go to driver lineup and like I'm all like, hey, what you got going to California? They're all like, man, there's an extra day on it though. And I was like, I don't care. Give it to me. Like, I can spread it out, man. Like, give it to me. It's going California. Well, you're a Midwest regional guy. I'm all like, I don't care. Like, give me California. Give me California. Give me California. Like, I'm going. Give me, let me have it. Like, shoot. I'm going to go eat something. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go get me some good food over there. So, can't beat them taco trucks out there. You ain't lying. Oh man, you come to Missouri and eat this bland food? Like, there's some bland food out here. I think these I know for a fact that there's people in Missouri that pour sugar in their salsa. Like, I seen that and I flipped out. Like, I flipped out. I was like, is that a cup of salt you're pouring in there? I was like, man, this is going to be salty. It was a cup of sugar. Yeah, the sugar brings out all the juices in it. I was like, what? Dude, I never seen no one put sugar in salsa. I was like, what? I might be completely wrong. I might be completely wrong on that. Maybe there's a thing about putting sugar in there, but I know it just did not sound good anymore. Like, I was all like, I don't want sugar in my salsa. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, like, oh man, I'm from Texas. Like, I love the Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is so freaking good. Eh, Coming up here, living in Missouri, I'm like, man. Like, if you see me go to Texas to visit my family, I got on the way there. I'm all like, all right, we gotta be here for breakfast because they got some good breakfast burritos. Then we gotta be here for lunch because they're only open at noon, so that's where we're going for lunch. And then dinner, we're gonna go to this one because they're open all day. So, and then the next day, I'm like, we're going here for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I'll have like another food place that's just like a work-in that I'm like, man, I'm gonna get me a snack right there sometime while we're here. So if I get close enough to the place, I'm gonna go get a little snack right there. You know, just because I miss the food. I do. I miss the food. Like, I can make a lot of stuff. I can make a lot of the good food. I can, and my wife can make a lot of the great food. Like her rice is real good. Like, we can make a lot of the food that I miss, but it's a lot easier just to order it off a menu. It's a lot of work to be making it. Oh yeah, and the Texas briskets and stuff, man. Now I'm like now I'm like the right now I'm like the only one that I know that I'm the only one that kind of I'm the only one that I eat my own brisket. That's like I'm the only one around here that I associate with that can smoke a brisket that uses an offset too. Like, I love offset smokers. I don't like pellet smokers. I don't like them. I just it's a lot less work, but like there's nothing like going out there and managing your firebox and putting the wood in there yourself and it's I don't know. I think I just enjoy doing it. Like, it's calming, it's relaxing. I stay outside all day and watch the fire, like smell the food, and then like you do all that work, and then dinner time comes around, and you're all like, you eat it, and you're just like, man, it's so good, it's so good. Or you get to dinner time and it's all burnt or something, and you're like, the experience was great, and at least I learned what not to do from this one. So it's still a learning experience to make yourself better at it. So it's like order pizza. It's not good. I have a so I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a hard time making ribs. Ribs are like my kryptonite. Like I always have to put in like 4 rack of ribs because I know 2 of them are gonna be nasty. They're gonna be destroyed. 2 of them will turn out good. So you know that's I suck at making ribs. I ain't even gonna lie. I suck at making ribs. Uh, Purple Pack says, "What do you wish you knew when you first started out?" You know what I wish I knew whenever I first started out. So like, what whenever I first started out, I wish that I would have did more research and I would have found out that you don't have your own restroom on the truck. I was so like naive whenever I came out here. I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna have to clean up my own restroom. Like, I'm gonna have to clean it up. I'm gonna have to clean my shower. Like, I was thinking that there was a shower and a and a toilet on the truck. I was all like, yeah, man, like it's gonna be good. No public restrooms, none of that stuff. Like, I didn't like shoot back then. I didn't use a public restroom. I still really don't like using public restrooms. It's just germs in there. Like, oh man, and like you guys that bare ass those toilets and don't cover them up with toilet paper and stuff, like y'all are some G's, man. Because like I am not gonna set on that. I don't like going to the bathroom hearing the dude on the other side of I'm at the urinal and I can hear the dude inside the stall grunting over there. Like it's sick. So I wish I knew more about that. And tell me I ain't the only one that burn shower credits just to use the bathroom in peace because I can take all my stuff in there and sanitize that place so I have my own personal restroom because I used to burn up shower credits just to use the restroom. Like straight up. I can't be the only one out here that did that. So, but yeah, I'll burn a shower credit just to get a bathroom. Man, I'd hold it for a long time too because I was like, man, I just ain't trying to go in this public restroom. I'm not trying to go in there. I don't know. Maybe I am the only person that burns shower credits just to use the restroom. Oh, let's go. Let's see what's going on with the poll right now. Let's see. Because I still got the poll going on. Yikes. Black has taken over. You know how hard it is to keep a black truck clean? Not too bad. I'm at the terminal a lot. I can take it to get it washed a lot. My pickup is black too, so my pickup truck and my semi truck would be the same color. Maybe maybe I'll order a truck and go with a black truck. You want me to end this poll or leave it up? Let's see. Greenwich. Greenwich has been trucking since 1413, back when they had steam engines. Let's see what Greenwich says. Greenwich Trucking says, I'll use a credit when there's a line for the stalls. Man, bro, honestly, I've only been in I've only been in the stalls at a truck stop one time. One time. It was an emergency. I got a strawberry milk at the terminal, and I drank it and I had my breakfast and I took off and I was going to Jersey. I was bobtailing to Jersey. And guess who found out he was lactose intolerant over the road? So like I burned through all my shower credits and then I had to use the restroom at a truck stop and I like man I freaking just grabbed some bleach wipes and everything and like I was like, oh man, this is like I don't got no shower credits. This is emergency. Like I was like, I guess I'm going for it. And I was like, oh, I was like, this is horrible, horrible. But yeah, you. So that's what I wish I would have knew. I might have not came out here trucking if I would have knew the bathroom situation. I would go to work. So when I worked at the state, I would go to work and I'd be like, I was like, I wouldn't use the restroom while I was at work. And as soon as I got home, boom, mad dash for the restroom because I was like, I don't use public restrooms. Like, no, they're dirty. No, no. Like, it drives me nuts whenever I see guys walk out of the, and it happens every time I go in the bathroom. Every time I go in the bathroom, guys are walking out not washing their hands. I'm like, you're so freaking disgusting. Like, the guy next to me washing the hands at the sink. I'll be like, hey, man, thank you for washing your hands, dude. I appreciate you. And he's like, yeah, man, that's sick. And I was like, I, if there's no trash can close to the bathroom door on the way out, like, I have to take my paper towels with me and throw them away somewhere inside the truck stop. And I'm like, ugh, because I'm not even touching the handle because you nasty, 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 you know, nasty hands. You know, you're getting that. Ah, they walk out the stall like you know what they were doing in the stall. You heard all the grunting while you were at the urinal. You heard all that grunting and wiping going on in there, and then they come out and you're washing your hands. They come out of that stall and just out of the bathroom. You're like, you gotta be freaking kidding me right now. This dude, he just. And then I'm looking for the guy in the store. I'm like, what doors are he touching? And you know what? I don't even want nothing from the store no more. I don't want nothing from the store. Ugh. Purple Pack says, what separates the good drivers from the great ones, in your opinion? The complacency. People get complacent out here. They stop checking their mirrors. They stop doing their pre-trips. So you can you can you could be a great driver when you start out and you could be doing your pre-trips and making sure your vehicle is safe and you can do your walk arounds and you can check your mirrors and you watch your mirrors and then after 5-10 years you're all like, man, I just don't want to do a pre-trip. I don't want to do a pre-trip. I'm just gonna skip it. I'm just gonna skip it. And then you start skipping it and skipping it and skipping it when and you're not checking your mirrors and you're just like, man, I know where my trailer is. I don't have to look at it no more. Now you're not a safe driver no more, man. Like you're just in my opinion, like you're not being safe. You're not a great driver. You're not. A great driver in my opinion is somebody that is being safe, that holds safety high. Greenwich is in my opinion, Greenwich is one of the most safe drivers I know. Every time me and Greenwich are around his truck, even though it's not even time for him to do a pre-trip, we walk around his truck and just check it out. Every time I'm around somebody's truck, I go around and I start looking at their truck, man. Like I'm always checking to see if there's anything wrong with it. Like I'm all like, and me and Greenwich were out there the other day, and Greenwich was doing the same thing. And Greenwich, he gives me tips on like different stuff. Like, shoot, the other day I just found out like there's a little drain valve underneath the truck that if it's for your APU, and if it gets clogged in the summertime, all that condensation goes all over under your bunk. I was like, wow. So I knew it was there because I heard of people it happening, but it's been a long time since I even heard about it. And like whenever he brought it up. I was like, oh man, I completely forgot about that. And like he's every time I see Greenwich around my truck, he does the same thing, and I think that's where I picked it up from actually, because Greenwich he'll be like, hey, what's going on with this? What's wrong with this? And like I think I picked it up from him, and he's very big on being safe. He's very big on checking his mirrors. Now, if you drive up next to him and you're trying to wave at him, he's not going to pay you any time of day. He's not ever going to look inside someone else's truck while he's driving. He's going to be checking his mirrors, paying attention to him, because he's not going to be the guy getting flipped off. I'll tell you that, because a lot of people like to kind of flip off the prime drivers because we go too slow. Greenwich ain't about that life. You ain't going to flip him off. And I'm sure that gets on their nerves even worse. They're all like, man, I was going to flip him off. I drove up by him for 10 minutes, honking my horn and everything. I was going to flip that dude off. Man, you are not going to flip Greenwich off. It's going to be really hard for somebody to flip Greenwich off, because he ain't going to look over. He don't care. He's going to go ahead and drive his best mile per hour to get the best fuel mileage he can. Johnny B, is there any reason why Prime does not hire out of California? I see tons of Prime trucks out there. Oh, I'll have to get with my recruiter. Last I heard we were hiring out of California. We just will not hire you unless you agree only to go company, because we cannot lease to, if you live in California, you cannot lease at Prime. So Sam Avocado. Oh man. Greenwich says it's because of the way the laws are written to be considered abandoned lease operator. Okay, but even for company drivers, see, I'm gonna have to get with my recruiter on that, because I haven't heard that yet. I'll get with it's all, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Get with my recruiter right now. Oh no, mute, 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 mute. Uh, Company drivers, are we hiring company drivers from California? I'll find out. I will find out. I know they have a Western regional fleet. Johnny B says that's why I thought, but my recruiter's not hiring at this time. Johnny B, my recruiter's in the description, so that's who I just hit up. So feel free to. The other day I got the first comment ever that said my recruiter hasn't got back with somebody. I meant to hit my recruiter up about that too. I think I will. I think I will tomorrow. I'll just go hit her up tomorrow and be like, "Hey, I had a question. You mind getting a hold of this person for me?" Chris Moore planning to come to Prime in October. I'll use your referral code. Let's go, Chris. Let's go, Chris. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're coming to Springfield too. That way we can get together and I can train you. Yeah, Johnny B, try to come back to, because it might take her a while to see the message. So because I hit her up on the way I communicate with her, I don't text her actual phone number. We talk through a messenger, so she'll have to check her messenger. So I mean, I could text her. I don't want to bother her that much. I just hit her up on this messenger, and she hits me up whenever she sees it. But just come back next Thursday and ask me again, and I should be able to answer it better for you. Yeah, Chris Moore, hopefully you're coming right here to Springfield. That would be the best way to do it because then I could go ahead and train you also. Teach you the ways. Teach you the ways. Greenwich says most of the regional drivers don't live in California, and that's true too. And a lot of guys have moved out of California to like Texas or Arizona and stuff like that, just to get a job, just to get the job at Prime. So I've seen that a lot. Just like when we weren't hiring out of Florida, a lot of people would move out of Florida to Georgia just to get hired on at Prime. So like to me, I think that right there shows some real initiative. If you move states so you can come get your CDL, I'm like, man, that like you want this bad. The application's only good for 3 months. I thought it was 90 days. So I'm not too sure on that. I'm not too sure on 90 days is 3 months. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right on that, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Just every 90 days, put in a new application. Be like, put in, hey, on your next application, put down my recruiter as your recruiter, though. Like, it'll probably help out. Purple Pack says, appreciate you, man. I'll be watching all of your videos to get me ready. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And I got I got over 1,000 videos, man. I was looking at that the other day. I was like, when did I make 1,000 videos? Like Heather Ross is your recruiter. Heather Ross has been here a long time, right? Yeah, move your CDL to Nevada. Yeah, something. I mean, it's worth it. Oh, what time is it? Okay, it's been an hour, so I'm out of here, guys. Hopefully, I can be back next Thursday. Today I had a load, but I was able to get back in time to do this live. And hey, straight up, last week, my bad. Last week, I got home and from a load, and I just completely forgot what day it was. I've completely forgot what day it was, and I didn't even get on. Like, I didn't even think about coming to the YouTube room. I didn't do none of that. I just got home and I started, like, I ate dinner, and then I just freaking completely forgot about like my live Thursday night live. For some reason, I was thinking that it was Wednesday, and whenever I woke up on Friday morning, I was like, I told my wife, I was like, yesterday was Thursday, and she was like, oh, you messed that up. Let's go Salt Lake City. Hey, Slowpoke loves Salt Lake City. I'm not a big fan of it, but like I said, I haven't been there since they fixed it back up. But hey, Salt Lake City's in the house. Yeah, don't forget a like. Don't forget a like and share and use Pegleg's leg to hit that like button. But I'm out of here. Good night, everyone. Y'all be safe out there over the road, and everyone that's trying to come out here and do better. Like, I hope it goes smoothly for you guys.